Hello? Oh, there we go. Yep. Now everything should be up and running. Gonna get the mic here adjusted. Up and... Yep, there we go. Now... Well, I actually forgot to take that one. I'm gonna do that real quick here. We can get on Twitter. Now, it's my understanding there has been a explosion on the size of who knows what. And that means, well, that definitely means something. This. More on this whole fire thing at the said MPP. Apparently, there was a fire. As of our understanding, still haven't seen any images of it, of course. And as of today, there's no fires. We have not seen any images of that fire. Now, there are other understandings are that now the sensors at the plant has also been turned off one more time, like it was pretty much the whole fucking war. The sensor's been turned off and turned on these last 3 days. So, yeah, still haven't seen those videos of the supposed fire. We now have the coordinates, but we already had the coordinates. So, fire near pond. Coordinates not there. Sabotage nuclear power plant. Cooling ponds pointed out, but the fire was detected by NASA firms 14 July 2023, 6:41 a.m. and 5:49 UTC ceiling to thread below. So, but as of my understanding, there is literally no images of the fire itself. Now, they have said that yes, they might think that there was a fire. No officials have said that there was a fire. Of course, there's been completely of these satellite images, coming in of these supposed fires, but there's still no satellite images showing a real fire. Even if there was or if there wasn't, it appears to me that if there was or wasn't a fire at the plant, which I don't think there was, the only images now, it's very possible, but now the only images that we've seen now are these. These are supposedly to be, look at that. So some kind of fire, some kind of change right there. What may or may not have been some kind of fire. Look at that. Now, as I said, if I see images of it, I'll believe it. This is an image. But it's also an area that, again, I mean, that looks very black. Looks like to be the cloud. But it is a very dry area. Well, I don't care if he's gonna make a video about my channel. Why? I mean, has he said that? I don't care. Now, as I said, if I see satellite images of it, which I hadn't seen before, up until then I was not able to say that it was a fire. This is the only... Now, these guys are the ones providing this. This is the only images that we've seen so far of a supposed fire. Now, you can already see sort of erosion around this area right here, which looks to be pretty dry. Now this, I believe that's just the cloud shadow right there. Now, I mean, it could look like there has been a fire. It's quite dry right there. Look at that. Has he said he's gonna make a video on me, Ocean? Look at that. Now, I mean, this could be an image. This could be a proof of it. That there was a fire. No longer is. That's all I needed. I mean, listen, I said yesterday, if I see an image of it, which I hadn't seen up until now, I wasn't gonna say that there was a fire. But this could be an indication that there was. Well, I don't care if he's gonna. I mean, let him do that. And as I said, you hear me yesterday, I said, if I see an image or something which can confirm that it was a fire, in publicity, yeah, you get it. So, never did I say that Lee was wrong. If he thinks I said that he was wrong, he's not. I didn't exactly find fire. I mean, the area that we're talking about now. And listen, I said yesterday, remember what I said. I said if I see an image or satellite, I'll say it all back. I'll take it all back. Right? I'll take it all back. How you guys doing tonight? This is the first image that we've seen here. Now, do keep in mind, this area is already pretty dry. This area is very dry. Look at that. Very dry, and now we're seeing this. That right there is shattering. That's not black. That's shattering right there. But it could look like some kind of fire. Yeah. I mean, I said there was no other reports, and this today is the first report I've seen of it. And this is the first satellite images. I mean, it's, you know. By the way, you want to keep in mind, this area right here used to be completely water filled. So, I mean, listen. This area, which is not very fertile at this point, I mean, the area around that used to have water. But, you know, this area is very dry, so of course it could happen. And listen, I didn't say that Lee was wrong. I didn't say that. All I said was, I have not seen a satellite image of it. We saw sensors. We didn't see pictures. This is the first sort of pictures that I've seen. I've not seen any statement from anybody. So it could be fires. And I said yesterday, if I'm proven wrong, I'm proven wrong. I have no doubt. I'm not likely to be completely butthurt and trying to resolve the fact that I'm right or wrong. It's the first image that I've seen from these guys, Radio and Nukes, of that area right there. That these guys are talking about these fires that was there. And so, first images that we're seeing now of this area right there. Yeah, cloud shadow. Look at that. Cloud shadow. Spillway. Look at that spillway. So that's cloud shadow, as I said before. This is a supposed fire. This area right here. We're hearing, yeah, air raids in the back here of Ukraine. Probably near Kherson. We did have a report there. But I mean, we can believe what we want now. Listen, as I said yesterday, I hadn't seen any other reports on it. It's the first report I'm seeing of it. So, possibly, yeah, there could have been a fire. Not a very big one. I mean, it looks like it burned the area, and it's not like it's not expected. All I said was I had not seen a satellite image or a picture of it. Now I have, so now I'm beginning to believe it a little bit more. So, you know. I believe things from these satellites, these websites, people pointing out all this stuff, you know. I mean, unless I see concrete proof of it, which I did now, you know. Now we've seen what appears to be the first evidence of these fires actually having been there. Look at that. This image appears to be some of the first images of that area being burned. Doesn't look a bit more dry. Doesn't look black or anything like that. No, you know. Supposedly it was a fire in the water. I mean, that could be the wrong placement of that satellite there. Look at that. Weird, you know, these are cloud shadows. Just want to say that. That one right there is cloud shadow. So this could have been the area. This is the first pictures I've seen of it. So, you know, shit happens. Still haven't heard anybody say that there was a fire. And again, if there was, there was. I mean, it wasn't a serious problem. It could have been a fire because, by the way, the area now is pretty dry because there's no water running the whole line right there used to be water. Where you see the beach, that used to be water. There's no water anymore, so the area gets pretty dry. I never said me was wrong. I just said I hadn't seen any images of it. And this area has also been turned off, so this was also one of the talk points here. The area around here, this one I think was the one, and maybe that one. Somebody's, yeah, this one was turned on, but now it's been turned off again. But I gotta also remind you that this one has these sensors has almost been turned off since the start of the war. Well, not the start of the war. Obviously, at the point where they captured the area, these sensors were turned off and haven't been turned on since. And sometimes they get turned on. Like I have seen before we saw the fires, there was some times where they get turned on when I reported it, and then, you know. But we'll have to see. Definitely an interesting thing there. Now, the other thing we wanted to talk about was the what? Oh. The other thing we want to talk about, if you are looking at my title right now and wondering what explosions are we talking about, some big ass explosions here happen in Luhansk region. It's a fire incident that support military. This is 3 hours ago. These big explosions here in the Luhansk region. Now we don't know if these are all combined there together. This is the video that we're showing. Now, keep in mind, I mean, the distance these guys are away from that explosions, but look at that. I just want to keep in mind that yesterday we heard like a massive explosion in the area of Luhansk. The explosion we heard like yesterday, this is obviously in broad daylight, so probably not that, but I just want to say that yesterday we also heard big explosions during the night, so it's very likely, you know. Yeah. So this is not the one we heard yesterday, obviously, you know, this is in daylight. But we did hear big explosions yesterday during the night streams there. So I mean, look at all that right there. That is a big explosions, because look how far they are away from that. You know, seeing that so far away, that's pretty huge. Now I want to say to you something. Diverting over the Pacific into Canada to go to Japan. Well, I mean, sometimes they go over Canada. I mean, Canada is in NATO, so you know they do have flight clearance. But here you go. So, this one right here. Look at that. Keep in mind how far away they are. And the other thing is, we heard like a weird report, right? Of, yeah. We heard like a weird report of like Russian tanks being filled with explosives. Now, I can't claim that. But some older tanks, right? I heard one report, so it's not like, you know, there's all these reports. But I heard one report talking about a possible Russian older tanks being filled up with explosions. Big earthquake in Alaska this morning. I don't think earthquakes they don't usually affect airplanes. I mean, they don't usually affect airplane travel, is what I'm trying to say. But I mean, they could be trying to get them out of there if there's like a big. I mean, I don't really know. To be honest with you guys, can't really answer it because I don't really know. So I'll get back to that. But the some reports of like these Russians putting these explosives in tanks, like filling them up with explosives, and then nothing we haven't heard of it, right? But these tanks, you know, if you pack a whole tank with explosives, what I find weird about that report is how, you know, a tank is made to, you know, resist a blast. So putting them inside of a tank would not be very effective, would it? But I mean, it depends on how much explosive to put in there. You know, if it's an older tank, the armor is lighter, of course. So, I'm not saying that's what happened there. I'm just saying, like, it was a report. Now, some people there are saying it's probably some kind of drone attack or something, cruise missile. I'm just saying it's a very, very big looking explosion for it to be like a drone attack. I mean, one hell of a drone, right? I mean, it's one hell of a drone attack. I'll give you that much. A lot of planes over Hawaii. We got, what's that? Super Hercules? Super Hercules. Some kind of a car right there with a big engine. Hear that? Yeah, so really like a lot of weird stuff there. Chinese subs. Do the Chinese have capabilities to get their subs to America? Because after my understanding, their navy, they don't even have deep water sea vessels yet. I mean, they're gonna have it, but after my understanding, they don't even have deep water capabilities yet. Yeah, I mean, it looks like it's making itself a little bit of an exclave right there. I mean, this is we can actually see it in daytime today, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, these areas you got to keep in mind. The whole, like, you can see how this is going upwards. Look at that, going upwards. That's because of lava just literally making like a layer and layer and layer on top of it, which is so weird. Love Ukrainian drone command center. And who did you hear that from, Spidey? I've not heard that. It seemed like a very Russian thing to do. Oosh. Now, Ocean was saying that Lee might make a video on me. Now, honestly, I would rather want to have a dialogue with Lee so we can resolve this instead of going completely mad. Just so you know, I'm not going to be making it. I'm not going to be making a different. Yeah, but Spidey, I'm just asking who, like, who said it. You know. There's a lot of Russian sponsored channels out there. Russian supercar drone destroys Ukraine Donetsk command post. That's 1 month ago. This is a month ago. This video right here. I have a video of it from a month ago. Look at that. Russia's supercar drones destroys Ukraine Donetsk command post. I haven't really seen the drone command. Yeah, I mean, as I said, and I'll be honest with you guys, listen, yesterday I wasn't going off. What I was saying was, if I see an image of the fires and the effects, or even somebody pointing it out, I'm not gonna, I was gonna take it all back. But on until then, I hadn't seen. This is the first image. Now, after 2 days of apparent fire happening in the area, look, this is the first images that we're seeing of something having happened here. So if that's, you know, true, I mean, I do want to point out that this area over here, I mean, it does look like some kind of affected area of fire, some kind of small natural fire. I mean, small and small, it's somewhat sizable. Of course, there's no water here anymore, so it's not as fertile as it used to be. This grass looks pretty dry as well. So this is the first images that we're really seeing. I mean, I'm just saying, I was saying yesterday nobody else had reported on it. This is the first report we've seen of it. So I'm not going to be, you know, that's what I said. I said if I see anything of it, I'll take it back. I just hadn't up until then seen anything, you know. Luhansk, the Luhansk region, apparently. You can see a video of that, Justin. I showed it just a second ago there, but we'll actually get it back because it is, you know. Are you good, Spidey? Gotta keep an eye on those stamps, because sometimes people on Twitter, right, they upload these videos that say like, oh, this just happened, and you click on the video and you see the time and it's like 1 year ago, 1 month ago, you know. Well, here you go, Justin. You know, keep in mind of the perspective of where these people are looking from. Because when you look at this video, right, you gotta, you know, I'm gonna go full screen for you guys because I'm that nice. Oh, really? Come on. Okay. Show this video. Hear that sound as well. It's kind of like a sound wave. It's kind of what it sounds like is like a second explosion inside a second explosion. It sounds like that exploded right there. And then there you go. They kind of sound like a sound wave or a second explosion there. But look at that huge explosion. Just look at that mountain in the back there, or whatever you want to call that hill. Looks like a mountain. Look at that compared to the explosion, you know. And then, you know, we don't really have the comparison of a human next to it. Why do they keep going? Hello? They keep doing that. Twitter is acting weird. You know, keep in mind the perspective of that explosion right there. You know, look at that. I mean, boom, you know, big explosion. But look at the mountain in the back compared to that. Obviously, they're quite far in between, but it just gives you an image of how massive that explosion is. Now, obviously, the smoke after falling with, you know, looks like, what looks it like, because it looks like that's an explosion, that's an explosion. Looks like kind of a big attack, and it kind of drone attacks. Some big ass drones, I gotta tell you that much. You know, looks like somebody crashed a big ass, just crashed a plane full of explosives into the ground. Oh, the hell is? Yeah. I mean, those those shelling is, you know. And by the way, we also have to keep in mind that yes, a war is going on. Natural causes do cause fires, you know, and it is very hot, not only in Ukraine but in areas around it. So, and by the way, you got to keep in mind that the Dnipro River that used to run up along that green patch right there doesn't exist anymore. The only water it's getting is from the pond, but the area is a much drier as it used to be. So, you know. By the way, your situation update on the 70p pond is that the last we heard, it was at 16.45 meters. And dead point is 12.7 meters, so it should be well safe at the moment. It has dropped a little bit because I was looking at the report some days ago, right? And it said like 16.55, and then you know. Listen, I wasn't saying that Dave was wrong. I don't know where he got that from, because I wasn't. Maybe somebody told him in the chat. I never said he was wrong. And in fact, if you listen to what I said I think he's a very clever man. That's what I said. I wasn't bashing him. Only after he started bashing me. I wasn't bashing him. What I was doing was saying that I hadn't seen an image of it. Haven't seen anything else to back it up. This is the first image of that we're seeing to back it up. So yes, maybe there was a fire. You know, that map does show fires. It's hot spots. I didn't know if there was because I hadn't seen a literal photo of it. I want to see photos or something like that. Why? Because there's fires in like the remote places in the world, but we still see images of it. Now, the monitoring of this place, I mean, news media coverage of it, you know? You know? Yeah, but again, you know, I'm not really stressing about it, but I wasn't saying that I was wrong. I wasn't saying that he was wrong, and neither was I wrong. I wasn't wrong. I was just, you know? Now, okay, look at that. So, this is some time ago. Oh, wait, was this some time ago? July 8th, right? So, this one over here is the river that we were talking about that feeds the pond at the moment. But look at that, you know, 9 meters. This is apparently where the Dnipro River is at. That's my understanding. 9 meters. But look at that. That's the pond right there. 16.53 meters, right? And that was July 8th. And after my understanding, the newest update, let's see if this guy's updating on this, is that the area, it has gone somewhere between 16.40 or somewhere between something, right? So it's keeping it steady at like 16 meters, which means the level is dropping very, very slow. Yeah, exactly. He's not, you know, not my boss. But the level is dropping very, very slow. Wait, is he doing another stream right now? Bashing someone? You bashed you very badly on a video I saw this morning? Oh. Well, that's the thing about Lee. You don't even get to have like a talk. Because the thing is, he just assumes that you think he's wrong. I know people like it. People like him, or that, doesn't want to go into dialogue. They just assume that you think they're wrong. Just because you say, or go into a dialogue about how, not how he's wrong, but how there's insignificant, you know, reports. Because up until now, this is the only thing we've seen. This is safe echo map. By the way, there's no fires at the place at the morning, right? Up until now, this is the only thing we've seen. And this, yeah, it's satellite images, sure. And this right here says fire. I'm not Russian or Ukrainian, but I know it says fire. Fire/hotspots, right? So fire has /hotspots. And what I said was, yes, this might be fires, but I haven't seen any images of it. That's all I said. So I'm gonna move on from it because I don't need to continue to talk about it. It doesn't really matter. You know, either there was a fire or there isn't. It's not a threat to the 7PP, so we move on. My biggest concern in the moment is that big ass explosion there. Because the Russians are doing stupid stuff at the moment. If they're gonna continue to do those big ass explosions, you know. And now we have another here. Just saw that actually. Kurakovov city in Donetsk here in this is Luhansk region as well. Well, sorry, not Luhansk region. Sorry, I mean it wasn't in Luhansk region. It's in the area. So of course, you know, Luhansk region also being on the front line, you're gonna expect those big explosions, but it certainly is concerning if the Russians are ramping up some weird forms of ways to explode big ammunitions and just really causing havoc. Think about making explosions happen, even if you have even if you have very low amount of money. I mean, even if you don't have a big budget, you can still find some things to make a bomb with, right? So Russia will continue to go full Middle Eastern terrorist methods. You know, that's what I think they'll do. Find other ways to just make makeshift explosives and put them into maybe vehicles or anything like that and just explode it. You know, causing these massive fires. Really a concerning thing. You know, makeshifting bombs is like makeshifting your own. Have you ever tried to makeshift something that you thought is gonna work when you realize it could go terribly wrong? Yeah, that's how it's like makeshifting a bomb. I haven't personally made a bomb myself. Well, you know, factory made bombs are always gonna be a little bit more safe. Obviously bombs are never safe, but they don't combust or detonate in front of you. Self-made bombs from your own home cooking, you know, they don't exactly what I would call the most reliable bombs. You see those explosions right there? If that's calculated, right? But look how the fire is spreading. Look how big it is. That doesn't look very calculated. That just looks like somebody said, "Oh, let's explode this whole front line right here." I actually don't know. I think it's the Russians. I think the Russians are the ones who made the explosion. I don't know if it's the Ukrainians. It did say in the Luhansk region, so it could actually be Ukraine making some big ass explosions. Not makeshifting, but using some kind of rockets or something. Cruise missiles. Something big.
Масштабно більше.
Yeah. Yeah, look. Imagine living in Ukraine, right? And you live every day in fear of Russia doing something stupid. You wake up, you think it's a normal day. You look out your window, and that's what you see. No. I mean, I expected it, which, yeah, I'll be honest. You know, obviously Russia is going to whine about Ukraine getting cluster bombs because they didn't fire them off first. You know? Well, Spidey, that's a very dark thing to say. You know, Russia uses cluster bombs. You should actually make a meme out of that. Russia uses cluster bombs. They go like, "Oh yeah, this is okay." Ukraine uses cluster bombs. How could you? How dare you? You should put Greta Thunberg over it and then go, "How dare you?" Yeah. If Ukraine uses them, I will use them. Yeah, we know. You already did it. No. We didn't. We're gonna start using them more. Yeah? Funny. How dare you? But look at it. Imagine. It's 112 degrees here. Oh god. Well, I don't hope degrees. I hope you mean Fahrenheit. I hope you mean Fahrenheit. I mean, I get what you're saying. I just, if you, I know. That was stupid. That was actually a pretty stupid set. What's going to be tomorrow? What's going to be tomorrow? I mean, just imagine waking up, looking out your window, thinking, what a fresh day. Look over the fields. Ah, that's a nice field right there. Oh, that's some nice fields. Oh my god! Right? Just looks over in the fucking distance. See that shit right there? Holy shit. I mean, what goes through your mind when you see something like that? Ah! Another image of it. It just gives you an image of just how mass. I mean, I don't. Is this? It's July 4th, actually. Oh, this is June 25th. So this. Okay, this. Okay, wait. Oh, that was some time ago. Well, just to go to proof that this has happened before. I thought it was today. My bad. All right, it's not. Okay, this was June. This was June 25th. Okay, guys. So now we've established that Russia has done this before. Why don't we move on to what they've done now? You know, because obviously it's not June anymore. I looked at it and I saw June 25th. And I was like, oh yeah, it's June. I'm not forgetting it's July. Well, happens. Is this the aftermath? Fire incident supposed to military hospital in Bryansk raises concerns. It's very unlike Russia to start firing at actual military targets, like military hospitals. That is, well, I guess some kind of military object, well, fire or something, whatever. Look at that. Again, you know, this one's from today. We'll do the same joke just to get what I said before. But imagine waking up and you go and you look at it, it's fine. Well, you look at, I wouldn't say fine. I mean, it's a building. And you see behind it, you think, oh, that's a weird cloud. Just you wait. It's not a cloud. It's a fucking bomb on the size of Empire State Building. Yeah, the thing about most bombs actually looks like, ends up looking like a mushroom cloud. It's, yeah. Where's the way to go up? Well, Timothy, have you tried just not? What about that? You know, have you tried just not? Oh yeah, Zaporizhia and the Dnipro now here turning on. Might be able to hear some kind of air. It's maybe turning on here in a second. Probably. I do think I can actually hear some faint air raids in the back. Because when I listen real close, I think I can hear some kind of faint ear, like some kind of faint. Oh, what was that? Was that like a flash or was that a bug? Oh, that was a bug. Damn bugs. They go in front of the screen sometime and it looks like, and what it looks like is fucking, oh, what's that? Oh, no, I definitely hear air raids in the back here. Do I have I turned these both off? Yes, I hear air raids in the back here. I can definitely hear them. I don't know if you guys can. 2 lights here, actually. I don't think we've seen those before, have we? How long have they been? Oh, they've been burning all day. No, yeah, that's... Okay, that's definitely... But also, let's take a look at actually the area that we're looking at here. Look at that smoke coming from that area. It's definitely some kind of coal plant or something. Look at that. Lots of pipes there. Take a look at it, because that's actually the area that we see at night as well. Sheer light seems to be on all day. At least today. I do hear air raids, what I believe to be in maybe Donetsk. Somewhere along that line. But, yup. Well, I mean, I can't... I was wanting to contact him on Twitter to ask him if we could just talk. But no, he's actually blocked me on Twitter. So, can't send him any messages anymore. Yep. I wanted to talk to him now. And we can resolve our issues. But he's blocked me, so... Can't really do that. The wind, we can get our daily wind patterns update. Let's get our wind patterns update, actually. Yes. Yes, sir. Look at this. It's been very strong winds in Denmark today. I want to point that out. Well, the winds are going from 70p, which is here, are going, what's that, towards the Baltics? Yeah, look at that. The wind's going like that. Down and into towards Greece, Romania, Romania up towards Poland here. Gathering there, going over to the Baltics. Kind of goes a little bit over Russia here, but kind of gathers over Sweden here and collects itself over here. Sprays down towards the UK, Denmark. And then down here towards, we obviously have very warm days as the winds are not as much. But yeah, the wind at the moment is in favor. It is in favor, it definitely is. 70p after my understanding. Now the rivers that we can see, I think this is supposed to symbolize the Dnipro. I obviously think it is. Now, when you look at a map of, let's get out Ukraine or something. Let's not use Flight Trader for that. So you look at a map. Oh shit, shit. That's the Dnipro, right? That's the nuclear power plant. So it's about there, right? So the wind is in favor. I mean, of something like that to happen. It definitely is in favor. Would carry it over. I mean, it also would gather very much on Moscow, which is in this area. Down towards the, damn it, what's the name of that? What's the name of that sea again? It's the Croatia, the something. So, yeah. Look at that. It's going over Poland, NATO country, Romania, NATO country, Turkey, NATO country, Hungary, Hungary, yeah, that's true. NATO country, you know, Moldova, not NATO country, but you know, most of the Baltics, which is also going towards NATO country. So NATO countries. Yeah, I mean, I think you're right on that, Timothy. I think you're right. I really think you are. I mean, I just want to point out that he's blocked me on Twitter. That's the only thing I want to say. Can't message him anymore. So because I said no, because I didn't agree with the statement that it was a fire because I hadn't seen any images other than a satellite image, and we hadn't seen anybody else talk about it. Still seems a little bit bogus, but we have seen some images now that may confirm it, may not. But I'm indiscernible there. There might have been some kind of small fire there, but he's blocked me, so can't message him anymore. Wanted to talk to him, just resolve it all, but can't do that anymore. And of course, when his mods comes into my channel and then lie about what I say, you know, that gets really bad. The best thing to do, and listen, if you guys are ever in an argument and you are the kind of person who the next person is to you who's like Lee, who will yell in your face like, you're a fucking ass, like do like that, the best thing you can do is answer back like this. Well, I understand that you're mad, you know, but there's no reason to yell at me. The more calm you seem and the more less affected by them you seem, the more annoyed they're gonna get. You know, the funny thing is, you can be very, very clever. Yeah, which I wasn't. I also think, by the way, Spidey, I think he understands that I'm not gonna go there. By the way, I think Lee would understand that I'm not a person who would go there. You know, as I said to him yesterday, I said I would never do that. So, listen, I'm not, you know, somebody who would go after your wife or say, I'm gonna fucking find you and kill you. Like, I'm not that kind of person, you know? Alright. You admit it? But it also annoys me that I have to do it. You know, I'm in the starts of my trying to, you know, make it on as a streamer or even just trying to have some fun, and I have to now, like a week after having started this, already have to beef with somebody. You know, so we're all civilians here, Spidey. I mean, I know that you're some kind of crusader from the third world dimension or something, but I'm a civilian. I mean, I like to think of myself as a very, very handsome person, but I don't think that qualifies me as anything else but a civilian. Air raid's off here. We gotta keep an eye on it. Zaporizhia area around here. Yeah. How you doing live? How you doing? Welcome in. Not that I agree with the enforcer that Lee has a nickname for, which I'm not going to be quoting on stream, but he did say, well, the funny thing about what enforcer said was I don't know how he's built a following of people that wants to watch him. That, you know, not that I would agree on the factor of what enforcer reports, but, you know, he's I mean, listen, enforcer is like enforcer, you know, he reports on what he thinks is going on. I usually report on what I know is going on. You know? I'm an information soldier. That's true, yeah. I'm also very, handsome person, but I'm sure that qualifies me as anything else. Again, if it does, I would like to know. I gotta ask yourself sometimes, what kind of society do you want to live in? I mean, he keeps talking about this whole sort of he would be better as a president, or he would be better in Congress and all this. You know, what kind of society would it be if Lee was in charge? You know, I'm just asking. If Lee was in charge of America, what exactly would our society look like? You know? I mean, eventually he'll run out of... I don't know if he's going to run out of steam. A lot of people like drama. The thing about humans, and especially, we are naturally very curious people, so we like drama. Especially when it's not about us, we like to watch drama, you know? You know? We're naturally curious people, so we want drama. When it's not about us, we love drama. We love to watch it. That's why we love watching. That's why people do love watching these streams, because they love seeing drama. That's why people do it, you know? I didn't really come into this stream with a plan, guys. I'm not gonna be... I didn't really come into the stream with a plan here. The only thing I really wanted to report was the explosion. I thought we'll kind of go with it from there. I didn't really come into this with a plan. I never do it. Like a lot of people, they prepare for it. I just come in with it like... And that explosion, by the way, was earlier, but it was today, I believe. Yeah. Oh, what's this? Is that white phosphor or that magnesium shit, right? It says 33 seconds ago, Belgorod now, Russia. Well, Belgorod, well, not Bel. That's my understanding. Belgorod is in. No, that's Belgorod. That's Belgorod. That's in Russia. What? That's a town in Russia. Well, that can't be true then. It's probably like an old video then. No, but that can't be true, because that's like an old... It has to be an old video. Yeah, it has to be an old video, because that's in Belgorod. That's in Russia. Unless somebody misfired that white... Unless somebody misfired it. You know? Don't think... Yeah, unless somebody misfired it, of course. There's explosions going on as this was falling. Wait, but listen. Car alarm. Now, do you guys remember yesterday when we heard a big explosion, there was fire alarms next to it? Well, listen to this again. Oh, shit. Zaporizhzhia. Explosion reported in Zaporizhzhia region. That's kind of the thing you don't want to see, is it? That's the thing you don't want to see. Alright, let's not calm down here, because obviously we got to remember that Zaporizhzhia is on the front line, so not unexpected to see it. But of course it is a something you want to keep an eye on. But you guys remember the car alarms we heard yesterday as we heard that big explosion. If we could hear that from there, that's definitely not in Belgorod. I have doubts that I'm not going to be reporting on that. We're not going to be claiming that, guys. You know. Let's not claim that. Apparently they can't. But here in Zaporizhzhia region now, we'll have to keep an eye on it. But let's remember that it, of course, is on the front line. And it does have explosions happen in the area. So we can't, of course, what's that? Air alerts announced 000, which was 17 minutes ago in Ukraine, Zaporizhzhia region, and air alert has been announced. There's been no further information about the explosions. Oh, Kherson as well. They're going at it. They're really going at it here in the front lines tonight. Look at that. But of course, if it's in this area, it could have all been Ukraine as well, because that's probably Russia. I mean, the Russians are in this end of the line. The Ukrainians over there. So if there's an explosion over here, that's probably the Russians doing that. So, let's keep an eye on it. Certainly keep an eye on it. So remember, mass media reports on the explosions. Be careful. Let us see. We didn't see it on the cameras, did we? Did we? No, it doesn't appear to have been in this area, and it was just now as well. Oh, we didn't appear to have seen it on live cam, so that's something. Don't know why I said it's something. Doesn't make it any less. Don't know why I said that. Make it any less word. Like, we didn't see it on live cam, so that's good. Keeping an eye on it. Keeping an eye on it. Probably nothing. Probably nothing. I mean, it's something. But probably nothing. I say that now, right? We'll have the relocation of it just a tiny bit later. New York Prepper has gone live with it now. It's a bit late, buddy. But I mean, it's not really late because he now is actually going live with it. And I want to point out that this is the only picture that we have. Now, it does look like there have been a fire. So, I'll take it back. But still just kind of looks like a scorched earth kind of thing. It's kind of weird how square it is, though. Which is weird. Lightly controlled burn. Look at that. 4th of July, lightly controlled burn. Which is weird because, yeah, controlled burn. Because look at that. Because look how it's like, you know, fire doesn't usually go like that. So why was there a fire? If there was a fire. If there was a fire. This is the only pics we've seen. I mean, but the weird thing about these pictures is, look at that. Like, look at the control. It's controlled right there. And then it's kind of got loose right there. So why would they do it if they did do it? I mean, it is a little bit of a weird picture, but likely controlled fire 2 days ago. I don't know. Probably is. Probably is. I don't know. But look at that. Former Kakhovka Reservoir. What? Former? Like in that sentence. Alright, yeah, I get it. But look at that. That's controlled fire. And then it's kind of like gotten wild right there. Don't know if it was. It's a controlled burn, so we don't even know if it was a fire or not. You know? Don't know why. It seems like a weird situation. We still haven't we haven't heard about the 5th fire that we heard about yesterday. You know, we haven't heard about those apparent fires on the other side, which NASA also picked up on. We haven't heard about those yet. Haven't seen any other images. And I also want to point out, nobody has put out a statement about it. So they haven't announced that they're doing controlled burning at the area. So whatever that was, certainly seems weird. A weird day to be Russian or Ukrainian. Whatever. Whatever. Would they be... Are they testing the sensors? I mean, I didn't say anybody was wrong. I just said that I hadn't seen any images of it, you know? Yeah, and that's the thing, you know, which, I mean, if it was a controlled burn fire, and if there was a fire, I just happen to think that IAEA would have announced something. I don't know why I think that, but I just happen to think that. You know. But, I mean, natural fires, if it's not a concern to the plant, they might not report about it. Well, it appears that the explosion here in Zaporizhzhia, we haven't gotten any images or anything about it. Of course, that's in Russian-occupied territory, or some of it is, at least. So, can't really know if it's, can't really know if we're even gonna get a picture from it, because obviously they don't really post a lot of pictures from explosions in the Russians on the Russian side of it. I mean, the Russians, if it's like a big explosion, they might post it for propaganda reasons. I've seen like the big explosions happen. Oh, look at that. That's light. That's light, right? It seems to be light. And that seems to be light. I mean, we do know that light, and that sort of thing has happened before, hasn't it? It's kind of got light, quick, and then... But I'm still in belief that it's a light, because we've seen it before. Kind of got a light, and then went down there for a bit. It might be the lights we've seen before. What's that over there? Oh, look at that. Wait, is that another? More lights, and then we got another light turning on over there, and then what I find weird is then all of a sudden, and then there's a light over there. A lot of smoke in the area. Now even more sort of fire, some kind of light going up back there, and now there's a lot of smoke in the area. Because you look at that, look at the light. Like, look how it's affected. You can see the smoke in the air. I have to tell you, I wouldn't want to live in this area if that's from the plant itself. Because when you go back and you look at the activity of it, all those are pipes right there, right? If they're on at times, very, I mean, very smoky area. I wouldn't want to live there. Look at that. That's a city right there. I don't want to live there. Kind of a weird. The most healthy area to be living in. Ah! Morning smell of burnt coal. Whatever that is. This wakes up in the morning. Ah! Yes! This is what I want. This is the smell I want. Burnt to a crisp coal and whatever. Ah, yes. Burnt coal in the morning. There's nothing like it. There's nothing like it. You guys ever had burnt coal in the morning? It's great. Been doing a lot of running lately. Don't know if you guys want to hear about me. I know you probably don't. I want to say I've been doing a lot of running. I feel pretty good, you know. So, yeah. Things got a little quiet there for a second. What the fuck is Yvonne Warner? Oh, somebody sent me a Twitter thing. A vans with the PMC Wagner claimed to have been spotted earlier today on the M4 highway in the Russian region of western Russia, heading north towards the border with Belarus. Notice that there doesn't appear to be an armored or heavy equipment with them. Oh, you replied to me. Well, thank you very much, buddy. That's interesting. Thank you. Don't know if is that somebody? I don't know if I know this person. Oh, is this you live? Is that you? Oh shit! I didn't see the tag. My bad. My bad. I didn't see the tag. I only saw the name. My bad. All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, that's definitely it. That looks like a Wagner flag. That look at the rack. Look at that. Kind of looks like a pirate flag or something. Look at the Russian flag there. Yeah, and that's also a Russian flag. If we lived 20 years ago, holy shit, that's a communist flag. That's another communist flag. But as you're saying, doesn't matter to anyone. Yeah, I reported on that, Mister. I showed the wind patterns earlier, but thank you. I showed it earlier. They are in favor, and yeah. Okay, but the thing is, the title that scares me. Well, scares. But the title of it says heading towards border with Belarus. The border with Belarus. Are we talking about? We talking about the Russian and the Belarusian border, right? Western routing heading towards the border with Belarus. Notice that there doesn't appear to be an armored or heavy equipment with Belarus towards the border with them. Notice that there doesn't appear to have with the convoy. Yeah, so it appears to only be some sort of transport situation. At the same time, I want to sit here and say I can't claim this. But at the same time, they have Wagner flags on their buses and Russian flags and communist flags. It doesn't get more real than this, you know. So, and a German flag. And yeah, this guy's like, oh, we're showing off flags. All right, it's like it's a German flag right there. That was a German flag, right? Yeah. German flag right there. That looks like another van. Looks like they could have had a flagpole. Look at that. Kind of a pole up in the air. Yeah, another flag. Another. All these appears to be... Because the thing about these vans is that we've seen them move in these. So these appear to be all just convoys. And we also see these trucks. Now, we don't know if these trucks are actually... with Vector, but you know, look at that. That's a heavy armored vehicle. The title says, look what the title says though. Appear to be any armor or heavy equipment with, I mean, yeah, heavy equipment and armor is obviously, this is a heavy vehicle, definitely some kind of, actually don't know what the fuck that is. Look at that, there was another one right there. And a bus, so look at that, you know, transports, that whole convoy appears to be Russian, or something. Throw all the links you want to me, Chucky. Is that right, Chuck? Live? Throw all the links you want at me. I want to see him, because, I mean, at this point, you can't disclaim him, you know? And this didn't happen before the war. I mean, I don't think so, at least. But, yeah. certainly a very interesting, certainly a very interesting thing there. Now, threat of enemy use of attack, air alerts, yeah. We got the images of it here, people reporting it. So we're gonna keep an eye on it. Thank you there, live. Thank you for that. Definitely appears to be some kind of Russian Wagner troop movement, something heading towards the border. They're moving even more mercenaries in. Was actually the live before they had some kind of talk about 90,000 mercenaries, and then possibly plussing that up with the Belarusian armies. I mean, why would you be training Belarusian armies if you're not gonna use them? Oh yeah, we're gonna be training them. We're not gonna be using them. We're just gonna be training them, you know. I mean, I'm just saying, like. And those trucks, I mean, you don't need a lot of trucks to carry some AK-47s with them, you know, which is the standard use of most of those guys. They have actually been seen with a little bit more of some other standard weapons there. I think Live just sent me another link here. Oh no, that was just a follow. Thank you, Christina, for the follow. Yes. Very much. Very interesting profile picture you have there. The fuck? Not gonna show that on live stream. Can't show that on live stream. At least not on YouTube. Well. Shit. Oh, shit, I accidentally... My bad. There we go. How you doing, John? How you doing, John? It's kind of like from John Wick. I'd like to do it. How you doing, John? John, how are you? Welcome back to the concierge, or whatever it is. Same manager? Same manager. Same manager? Same manager. Like, I'm obsessed with that. That was such a great movie. I've watched them all, and certainly just watched the fourth there, but if you guys haven't watched it, I'm not going to be spoiling anything. I think that's a copyright. I don't even think that's a copyright. I don't think you can spoil stuff like that. You know, don't want it to. Obviously, you know, it'd be a terrible thing to do. Haven't watched it? I recommend you go watch it. It's a great movie. It really is. To go live. All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. Oh yeah, the continental. Or what? How do you say it? Continental. Something like that. Also, just can you throw a DM to me? You can also just throw me a DM. Do I have to follow you for that? I'll follow you live, and then you can throw me a DM if you see anything, if you want to. The bear's knife. It's a comfortable channel. It's a very comfortable channel. Shit, I spilled something. Well, no, I actually didn't. I think. Oh, no, I did. Oh, God. It's all over. That's what she said. Wait, what? At the same time, I wish, like, they would do a rerun of fucking The Office. At the same time, you're like, you know, but it wouldn't work, you know. The Russian version of the Office. Could you imagine it? That would be. That's that's definitely shining bright down there. But we believe that's the light. As you can see, there is some kind of smoke factory or coal plant or something going on back there. Thermal something. And yes, we believe that's a light, but it certainly is a very interesting thing to see. It is weird, isn't it? Like, they keep lighting up and down. Look back there, and which it appears to me that this, like, volcano is actually built itself. All this lava is kind of like freezing, and oh, it's freezing. It's I guess you would say freezing in a way. It's definitely it's definitely getting stiff. As soon as it like comes up there, right, and then it just kind of stops. Kind of like the volcano's actually kind of created itself a sort of. It kind of looks like it's gone down, but it actually haven't. It's just because of the amount of magma that's been popped up here, creating this sort of wall up there. And this is also, you know, all this, you know, like kind of weird rock formation. So what you see here wasn't there, you know, a week ago. It wasn't there. This is all magma right here, frozen or solidified, I think it's better. Oh, look at that. That was definitely something. No, that was not something. It was a buck. Damn it. They do it all the time. I hate him. Those damn, you know, I look at it and it's like I see something happening there, but I don't, because then, if you know, damn bucks, get out of here. Get out of here, bucks. Bucks bunny, bucks whatever. Bucks. Oh my God. I was actually offered to go to Iceland to see this volcano, but I chose not to go because I'm too busy at the moment. Then I couldn't go live with you guys. Would that have been cool if I went there and then I've showed you guys the live of that? I know it probably would have, but yeah. Yeah, it seems like some kind of factory. Metal, yeah. Something. Not a very healthy area to be living in, because all this is like, you can see the smoke there. It doesn't look, even it's smoke over the city. You see those lights coming up and you get that smoke, you know, effect. It's really, it doesn't appear to be very, but if it's metal and they're using it, you know, to create armor or whatever the hell it is that they're making, it's an all-around clock thing, you know. It has to be running, so I get it. They're running a war here. Sometimes war takes sacrifices. It's kind of, I was offered to go to Iceland actually and see this exact volcano. But yeah, not really fitting into my time schedule at the moment. Sounds so fucking rich. I'm sorry. That really sounded wrong. It came out as if I was just some big rich asshole. No, it wasn't like that. Yeah. Really, really sounded like egoistic. Yeah, I was just too busy. No, it wasn't like that. It wasn't like that. I really just am. One day in the future, if I ever do go to these places, I'll take you guys with. Take you on a little live thing. Mpop. Oh wait, not Mpop. Sorry. I use Mpop for other channel names. I have used it for other channel names. I don't have it now. Boring history at the scene. Boring history in Ukraine. Field trip. Yeah, boring history in Ukraine. I'm gonna make a documentary series about it. I was actually offered. Well, I wouldn't say offered. I was given the opportunity. I could do like a documentary in India, but and it is not me trying to play myself up here. You guys asked for it, so I'm gonna give it to you. I was kind of talking to some people, but at the same time, I was like, I may want to start at my own backyard before I go to India. I've been thinking about it, like kind of maybe going for like casting calls and stuff like that for those things, because it'll be fun to do documentaries and stuff like that, or things like it. I don't know if I'm going to be good at it. I don't think I will be, but I mean, give everything a try, you know, once in a while. I really don't think I would be very good at doing documentary. Try my best. I feel like the whole thing would be like, so this right here is, I don't know what it is, but here we have an expert, you know. By Gropo? Oh yeah. Poltava and Kiro. Sorry. Okay. Yeah. Doesn't matter. We have oh, we have sirens. Sirens. Shit. Yeah. I wish you could hear better. Sirens in the background here. I don't know if you can hear that. Can you hear it? I'm gonna go quiet. Seems to be near Donetsk or something like that. We actually had a confirmation for that video I showed you guys earlier. So here's the real story. This evening, Russia was shelling Kharkiv from... Oh! Oh, oh, oh! Big explosions! You hear it? Hear it? Listen, listen, listen. Oh! Oh, that was huge. Huge, 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 huge. We have the, what appears to be white phosphor or something, magnesium. Shelling Kharkiv from the territory of Belgorod region. It looks like one of the missiles exploded in the air over the Belgorod region. No, it didn't explode over the air. I don't think this person knows what this is. The person says here that it looks like the missile exploded in the air over Belgorod. No, it didn't explode. This is white phosphor. Look at that. Well, white phosphor and magnesium, but you can definitely see that it is, you know. That's not, you know, that right there is not like rockets fall from it, you know. That's not the aftermath of if a rocket fell from the sky. Look at it. That will burn a hole for you. Just want to say that. So that was, what, not 2 minutes ago, but it was earlier today, apparently. Not a pleasant thing. Doesn't look to be a big attack, but we've seen Russia use these magnesium. It's funny thing, those types of rockets and those type of ammunition and weapons are banned from using. You know, you can't use them in war. Despite that, Russia has used many things that many other countries have banned: cluster bombs and white phosphor or magnesium, as you want to call it that, right? Both of those things have been called out, and Russia has been using it. Now they're still butthurt because, yeah, war crime slash fucking 1 million, right? You know, now they're like butthurt that Ukraine is getting cluster ammunition. Oh, we didn't use it. Oh, why? Why would you use it? Why? You know, it's like, I mean, oh, we didn't use it. I mean, I know you've seen videos of us using this, but it wasn't true. Oh, there's another explosion there. Yeah, more coming in here. That was another explosion there. Not sure as to where that was. We're probably gonna see about it here. It's probably somewhere coming from the front line, it appears, but that was somewhere around here. We could definitely hear that. Sounded pretty big, actually. Wow, we're getting a lot tonight. It's a busy night. It's actually been a quite busy night the last few days, I would say. Oh, fucking Christ. Have it as you might. Still hearing air rates in the background. I don't know if you can hear that. It's very faint. My everything is at max, so I couldn't get it any more raw even if I wanted to. Shit. You know. Radiation! Satellite detects fires at set MPP cooling ponds. Radiation! And you can hear it. You can see it. Radiation! Oh no! Oh no! Something that hasn't happened. The fire might have happened, but the radiation isn't there. Apparently, New York Prepper gets his news from Lee. I doubt that. Some mod told me, relax, okay? New York Prepper, he's legit. He gets his news from Lee. Well, I don't know what kind of channel he's watching then. Oh, yeah. Yeah. That was not the light. Look at that. What was that? What was that? Light or something? Something came back there. Oh yeah. Yeah. That was not light from that plant. Look at that. Quite large, actually. Look at back there. Ooh, boom. Yeah. Ouch. That looked somewhat large, I would say. Now we are looking at night vision cameras, of course, so the brightness of anything will make it look a bit larger than it might actually be, but it shines from all the way back there. We could probably see it. That was definitely a boom, right? I mean, that was definitely a giant ass explosion. Blah. Yeah, I mean, not good. Nope. You guys never had that, like, what's the second one? I hadn't seen the first one. I did see light. We do see some kind of light back there. Was that there before? Has that been there all the time? It has. That has been there all the time. But behind that, something definitely was happening back there. The second one, okay, yeah. But that you know, it's a Zaporizhia Oblast, so we're definitely seeing it in that area then. Now, you guys ever had that bully at the playground and you ask your parents, what's the best method to, you know, get rid of the bully? They say, don't react. That's my method towards, if anybody says anything, I'm not gonna react. That's, you know, and whoever that someone is, figure it out in your mind, because I think you know. If they do say something, I'm not gonna react, so don't expect any diss track from me. Okay? I don't have time to make a diss track. I don't have time. Oh, yeah. Again there, you see? Saw that? Bird, maybe. Yeah, again, they're going at it here. It could be near the front lines, actually, because I believe what that is I believe it might be Zaporizhia City. I'm not sure, but I believe it might be Zaporizhia City or village, but that could definitely be near the front lines right there. Now, whoever that may be, or if it's the Russians or if the Ukrainians, we're definitely seeing activity. So, a lot of stuff happening there. Get your poo-poo pants on. The brown ones. I mean, you can post. I mean, listen. Not really. I don't really care. I'm not gonna watch. Again, if I see it, it's not like I'm reacting to it. I just did he say like words? Hey, honestly, I don't care. But did he say like did he call me a dickhead, an asshole, something like that? Along those lines? He called me words I can't say on stream. A lot of names. Alright. Well, oh, he's a grown man that sits in his bedroom all day yelling at people. He's a grown man. What does he do for society? He sits in his bedroom all day yelling at people. I mean I'm just... or whatever, his office, right? He sits in his office, his home office, yells at people all day. Grown man, goddammit. Oh, weird. Anyways, oh, Donetsk there. Yeah, explosions here. Now, it's not the first time we've seen explosions here near Kramatorsk. Because, oh shit, come on. Kramatorsk, of course, is a very active place. We've seen many explosions happening in that area. Reason why I know that is because we've seen it yesterday. We saw it the day before that, and before that. A very active area at the moment. I believe very, yeah, very active. I mean, as my understanding, the front line's here, right? Follow the mouse right there. It's like that, like there, yeah, like that, or not like that, right? It's like that, like that, yeah, somewhere. I didn't know what I was talking about. All right. Well, maybe I don't. You know? Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Doesn't hurt to have a discussion once in a while. It doesn't hurt to talk things out once in a while. Yes, I'm not an expert. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. But does that really matter? I mean, and I've been corrected before, even by viewers who say, actually it's this. And I say, oh, okay. Because I don't get butthurt when somebody says, actually it's this. I'm a military. I mean, when somebody comes in here, and lots of people when they come in here and they've been in the military and they go, oh, actually I've been in the military. I know about this, that, and that. And I say, okay, because I realize that, you know. And I'm only human. And they said, you know, we all have to learn. I'll have to learn. I read from Twitter. I don't think I've ever gone outspoken of things I don't really know anything about. You know? Poop on him? That's a... Wow. Yeah. Poop on him. He also says, like, he says, like, he's gonna destroy people's lives with one phone call. Well, I mean... What is he... I haven't said anything to him. I don't live in America. Who's gonna end my life? Put me on the watch list. I don't doubt the fact that he has contacts in the government. That's a very far-fetched reality. This is ridiculous. Why am I even talking about it? I'm not talking about it anymore. Anybody, listen. No more Lee talk in the chat. I want to hear it. That goes for everybody. I'm not talking about it anymore. You're not talking about it anymore. No more Lee talk. I'm done. We're moving on in life because I don't need to pay attention to him. So. Well, well, I mean, Spidey, you do know that's only in the movie, right? Don't you dare flashy thingy me. Don't you fucking dare flash me. Wait, that sounds a bit wrong. No, I'm... Don't you dare flash me. That sounds a bit wrong. That sounds a bit wrong saying it, doesn't it? Don't you dare flash me. Yeah, we're gonna take a picture of you if you do. Don't you dare flash me. I mean, I won't time anybody out that talks about Lee. I won't time anybody out, but I will say to them verbally, say, you know, we don't do that here. So from now on, I won't time anybody out or ban anybody for talking about Lee, but I will say, let's not, you know. Don't flash me. Don't flashy thingy me, and don't flash me. Doesn't matter which, you'll forget about it anyways. He'll flash you, and then you'll forget about it. That's such a terrible thing to say. Really a terrible thing to say. On with the news. I was thinking, when we get to the point of, where, oh shit, where the, Indians, there we go, are gonna land on the moon, on the South Pole there, we're thinking we would actually have, I think we should live stream that. I would actually like to, if there is a live stream, I don't know if there is. I would actually like to watch that if they do stream it. So if they do stream a live stream of that, I will definitely I'll definitely try and get that up, because that would be pretty cool to watch them land on the South Pole. Actually, the first people. They were the fourth country to go to the moon, right? Are going to be going to the moon. Well, live, you can't post links in here. You'll have to just either DM me or send me a tweet. That's the only way, because yeah, can't send links in here. Unless you want to be a mod. You want to be a mod live? I feel like you're quite an active person who's been in here a while. You want to be a mod? You want to be a mod? Do you? Do you? Why not? You know, I just need your verbal confirmation about it. Some people might not want to. That's why I want to ask them before I do it. I want to get the yes or no answers right, because if you just add people as mods and you don't tell them, you know, it's kind of a responsibility that you throw on them without actually having told them about it. So yeah. Well, CNN was actually live. I wish I had the live stream of that one. Indian moon mission, yeah. Hello from the beach. Hello there, Harry. You on the beach? Sounds nice. Is it sunny? Is it warm? Is it warm? You want to be a mod level 2? Oh god. Is there such thing? I don't think there is. With great power comes great responsibilities. With great power. Yep. Oh, fair enough. Are you guys having a good time? Are you guys having a great time tonight? You guys having a good time tonight? I hope you are. I'm from Alabama, and I give good times. Want to message me on Tinder? I have a good time. What are Redundo. Wait, is that Is that in America, Harry? Is that, or am I? Are you in the EU? I mean, I'm not even sure what that is. I don't know what the fuck that is. I'm gonna be honest. I'll be honest. We heard Lee blowing up the other night. Oh yeah, but we decided not to talk about Lee in here anymore, Harry. I've just decided to sort of just block it out of my life because I'm not gonna pay attention to it. And just the thing, I don't want to call myself famous because I'm not, but I want to put out a point. How many people a day? Oh, you sent it to me on. Oh yeah, you did. You messaged me. Fair enough. It's kind of. Oh god. I'll be honest, live. It's not just. I don't. It's not that I'm saying I don't want to read it. It's just. Oh god, that's a long list. In some directions, for example, by attacking hand switching by attacks. What? He just give out. Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely take that out. Thanks. Thanks. Thanks, live. What up, Jojo? GB Scotland. Scotland. Yeah, I mean, as long as you know, I mean, the whole link thing, as long as you don't spam the chat with links, I'm fine with it, you know. It's just sometimes, you know, I get it. I've now made you a mod. Are you asking me, Jojo, or are you asking Ocean? Welcome there from Scotland. Bros tonight, as he will carry on Scotland to the freedom. All right, live. Goddamn, what are you trying to self-promote yourself? What's that, huh? Trying to self-promote yourself? Huh? Easy down there. Too much. Come on. USA, California. California. Oh, you guys speak over there. Oh, I'm from California. I'm from California. Isn't that how you do it? I'm not a dialogue expert. Something of a lighter. We fall live. Ah, come on, guys. Stay. Hey, listen. You're not. No, I'm kidding. Oh yeah, many different languages. Yeah. No, my Twitter handle. Yeah, I mean, my Twitter is in the description, which you know, my Twitter's in the description underneath. If Boeing mentions the L name again, I'm gonna ban him. You gonna ban me? Who's Boeing, first of all? Who's Boeing? Yeah, I mean, it's a long list to read. I'm a very visual learner. I like to watch. I like to watch. That came out not as I intended it to come out. It, yeah, it didn't really come out as I intended it to come out. Oh, there you are. Alright, you follow me now? Yeah, there you are. Yeah. How about that? Watching fireworks for a can. Oh, is this a retreat? Or yeah, you want watching fireworks for a can. Nice. Nice. Sure. Alrighty. Where the fuck is this guy? What a... Oh, fake... Oh, they fake took... Yeah, that guy. I'm gonna back to news now. Yeah, no reports on what that explosion was. Well, there you go. Chucky, I'm gonna be honest. It's not that I don't respect, you know, you, but the whole mentioning of when you're gonna stream and stuff like that. You know, it is sort of promoting yourself. I mean, it's not that I don't respect you and all that. It's just you know, promoting yourself on somebody else's stream sometimes isn't always the nicest thing. So, you know, I just want to say it, you know. I mean, if I promote you, I'll promote you, you know, it's... By the way, Green Grex, which by the way is one of the news sources of a certain someone, right? I mean, Lee takes knowledge from that guy, has promoted that guy, puts up titles like this: U.S. military to fire on Americans. So, yeah. He's even promoted him on his channel. He's been on his channel. Putin warns Russia will use cluster bombs if Ukraine does. Oh yeah. Now you will use them. Okay, so you didn't use them before? Fair enough. Let's watch the video on that. Shall we? Let's watch that video.
Countries worldwide because of their widespread damage and because they can leave behind many unexploded bomblets that harm civilians long after fighting has ended. The head of the United Nations has appealed
There we go.
cluster bombs if Ukraine does the same. It comes days after Ukraine received shipments of the controversial weapons from the United States. Cluster munitions are banned by over 100 countries worldwide because of their widespread damage and because they can leave behind many unexploded bomblets that harm civilians long after fighting has
the big
ended.
explosion we saw earlier
The
in
head of
Iran
the
was a
United
cluster
Nations has
bomb?
appealed for them to never be used. But Human Rights Watch claims both Russia and Ukraine have already used cluster bombs in the 17-month war. In an interview released by state television on Sunday, Putin said Moscow was ready to retaliate with its own cluster bombs.
No, it's okay, lied.
I'd
Just,
like
you
to
know.
note that the Russian Federation has a sufficient stockpile of different types of cluster munitions. Different types. We haven't done this before. But of course, if they are used against us, we reserve the right to take reciprocal action.
Let's bring in DW's Russia analyst Konstantin Eggert for more. Konstantin, Putin has said Russia has a significant stockpile of cluster bombs. Do we know how big that stockpile might be?
Well, I think no one definitely knows it because Russia doesn't want to reveal that. But it is actually big enough to have been used before. And frankly speaking, I think Putin is quite sort of quite truthful this time when he says that he's going to retaliate and that he has a supply of these munitions. Neither the United
Putin, according to Witchy, and I think that was Flash, there's a guy on Twitter. He they reported that Putin said yes, he has agreed to continue the grains deal, but they have warned the ships going out of the mines that Russia's put down because they planted mines in the oceans there.
United States nor
So
Russia
that's
nor
what I know of
Ukraine
the grain deal
have
so
signed
far.
up to banning cluster munitions, and now they are being used in this war. I'm absolutely certain that Putin has enough of this stuff to continue using it against Ukrainians, as he already did, actually.
And do you expect we'll see an increase in their use after deliveries from the U.S. to Ukraine last week?
Yes, I think that Putin, who is, we know that he abhors being seen as weak, quote unquote, he will retaliate massively against Ukrainian use of cluster munitions. However,
Yeah, and that he did. So,
this is not new. This happened before on both sides of the front. So for him, it's just a continuation of what was there before. Not maybe as, I mean, before that, it wasn't as massive as probably is going to become now, because it seems that Ukraine bets quite a lot on using these munitions to break through Russian defenses in its counteroffensive. But it's definitely, I mean, not big news. It's not the first time they're being used.
Yeah, tell us more about Ukraine's counteroffensive. Where do things stand at the moment? Are they making the gains that they have hoped for?
Well, look, I think that the Ukrainians definitely did not deliver yet on any kind of spectacular recapture of territory that was promised. They have managed to liberate, I think, up to maybe several several dozen square kilometers, maybe a bit more now, but still it is an ongoing process, as far as I understand, and that is what a lot of military experts are saying, and that is what was discussed here in Vilnius during the NATO summit among experts. The problem is that the Russian forces are really dug in. They managed to create quite formidable permanent stationary defenses, and that is why it's very difficult for Ukraine to break through, and that is why President Zelensky wanted to use cluster munitions, although it is, well, quite a risky thing both for Ukrainians and for the future of Ukraine, as well as, I mean, of course, it's not making great PR for Ukraine, let's also admit it.
Yeah, well, thank you very much for that update. That's DW's Russia analyst, Konstantin Agad. And our correspondent, Matthias Billinger, joins me now from Kyiv for more. Matthias, what do you make of this announcement by Putin, and what kind of reaction have you seen in Ukraine?
Oh, I think that's enough. We all know that he's used cluster bombs before. We've seen images of it. The news are knowing it. The guy who we saw in the video said they used it before. So it's just another image of how delusional the Russians and Putin has become in thinking that we don't know that he's used cluster bombs before. How can you be so illiterate, and how can you be so, like, how can someone be so ignorant towards what's going on that they don't think that we know? How is Putin the imagination of the West that he thinks that we don't know he's already used bombs, like cluster bombs? Really, really ridiculous, you know? So, shit. Well, I think I'm gonna cut the stream early tonight. I'm a little bit tired. I didn't get much sleep tonight, so a little bit of a tired guy here, and I'm gonna need the computer for something, so I'm gonna be turning off the streams, so there won't be a nightly stream tonight. Sorry about that, but I hope you guys had a good stream here, and we reported on what was going on there. I mean, had some talks, had some fun times. Have a good night, everyone, and I hope you we have a new mod now. Congrats on that. Welcome. And yeah.